Hey, good morning. It's Sunday, about 6:45 in the morning. Don't ask me what I'm doing up this early, but I just got off the BTS at the Ratchathewi exit. I'm one stop off in the distance. You can see Siam Discovery, so that's the Siam BTS, Paragon, all that. A major BTS center where you can catch the Siloam line, and this is still the light green Sukhumvit line. So again, one stop. We got off here at Ratchathewi. I'm gonna go up and take a right on Phetchaburi and look around, maybe 5 blocks from the train. You're still super close to the center of Bangkok, and this is the Phetchaburi area. So right at the base of the Ratchathewi exit, if I'm pronouncing that correct, are some really nice music and restaurants. And then right up here, up on the left, I did a video, it'll be coming out soon if it hasn't, on the Bangkok heavy metal scene. There it is, the Rock Pub in the Hollywood Street building. And this is the exit off the BTS. Not even 2 blocks to Siam BTS station. But if you're into heavy metal, the Rock Pub is going to be one of the places to go. The Auto Bar over on Soi 22, that's another good heavy metal bands. But this place has more. They also have cover bands, but they also have original hard rock going on here in Thailand. And if heavy metal's your thing, the 73, sorry about this motorbike, 73 and the 20 something, these are usually packed with just cover bands going and people pouring out onto the sidewalk here. It's a real nice scene. Also at the bottom of Ratchathewi, you have the Cocoa Walk. Just a series of little beer bars. This is mostly for the locals or expats that live in the area. There's not a lot of, I don't think there's any. I've only wandered through here a couple of times, but I don't think there's any really bar girl action going on. It's just a place for locals to come have a beer. There's something good to eat. Here's Grandmother's Restaurant and the, what does that say? The Chilling House Cafe. Got the Hungry Nerd Steak and Pasta. I've never ate there, but every time I get off at the train, it's packed. And then next door is more of the Cocoa Walk. I think this is more of the parking. Here's the B Story. Coffee, cafe, and restaurant. So all those restaurants and Cocoa Walk are within the block of getting off at Ratchathewi. And then as we go up, where this lady is standing and the green light, we're going to take a right onto Phetchaburi. Now I'm walking up the right side of the street. Maybe when I get down to the end, I'll double back on the other side. We'll figure it out. But the first thing, when you turn onto Phetchaburi, they're building a brand new building right near the Ratchathewi BTS. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot of things on the left side, so maybe I'll just do it from here. I see a bunch of small businesses. There is a small hotel, the Movi Lodge. Most of these other buildings are tucked back another block. That'll be for another day. Go back and take a look. So where you see the traffic, right there at the end of the street, that's the BTS. And your first building is going to be the New York. New York looks like a pretty big complex. I see 4 towers. And again, across the street, it's just this kind of almost a highway and all local businesses until this first building. So we're less than 2 blocks from the BTS, Phetchaburi 18. Here's the Line building at Ratchathewi. Looks like a beautiful building right next to the New York. And next door to the Line is the Defense Energy Department building. Again, it's early Sunday morning. Everything's closed up. Across the street from the defense building is an IDEO property. you'll find IDOs all over town, but this one is pretty close to the Ratchathewi BTS. You just have to maneuver your way across that one lane of traffic. I don't see another way. Well, there's a footbridge down here if you were to walk another block. Just running across this road on Sunday morning here at 7 in the morning, it's not a problem, but during rush hour, I guess it would be bumper to bumper. The address, Siam building. Still, a little over 2 blocks to Ratchathewi BTS. Across the street from the IDO. Next door is the Wish Signature Building. Actually looks like a series of towers. And I'm not sure if it's all condos or condos / business. Wish building does have a 7-Eleven attached. That's always nice. And here's a walkway to get across this busy Phetchaburi here at Phetchaburi 20, or the Wish building. And across the street is another IDO property, IDO Q, and I can't read it. I assume it says Phetchaburi. I think it says Siam Phetchaburi. The IDOs are sometimes smaller units, but that's okay if it comes at an affordable price. Now my old eyes came into focus. It says Siam Ratchathewi, IDO Q. And it's a long 3 blocks from the BTS, yet very doable. And it looks like they're building more Wish property back here. These walk bridges are always nice on these busy streets, especially if you live, say, at IDO. You could just run across and have your 24-hour 7-Eleven. Across the street are a bunch of local businesses. I see hair salon, optical, seafood restaurant, actually another 7-Eleven right there. What a surprise. And then over here, it's just some super local businesses. Mobile steak. I see the Residence. I'm not sure. That's probably a small hotel. We'll take a peek here up this little side soy. It also has the Bangkok Business College down here. Here's the Residence. It just looks like an older condo building, but sometimes older equals very large units, and you're not even 100 feet to Phetchaburi and pretty darn close to BTS. Back on Phetchaburi, somewhere around Phetchaburi 22, I'd guess. All local businesses, but you might find some really great places to eat. And we're coming up on another building. It looks under construction. Yeah, it looks like they're building a 6-story either hotel or apartment back here. Right next door is a beauty and spa. Then some local apartments. Everybody seems to have a bird cage. That's the theme of the building. There's the IDO Q. We've come up to the Indonesian embassy. Takes up the better part of this whole block. Across the way is a pizza company. Decent pizza compared to a Pizza Hut, I guess. And then we have another walkway to get across the road up here, and a third 7-Eleven on within 2 blocks. This is Phetchaburi 15, and then the other side would be about 22, or maybe the end of the embassy is 24. They don't exactly match up. I can't see what the name of this building is. It's tucked away a half a block, but it's right behind the pizza company. And here's the Centra Point. I'm pretty sure Centra Points are long-term hotels, but again, I'm not an expert. There's 3 or 4 that I walk past. They seem to be long-term hotels. Next to the embassy is the AEC Trade Center, wholesale destination. Across the way is the Center Point. followed by this walkway that takes you right into the wholesale destination. It's all locked up tight on this Sunday morning. We're kind of a ways down, maybe 5 blocks from the BTS and Ratchathewi, but we're coming up on this next street. Maybe in 2 or 3 streets we'll take a right, and then that'll take us back towards the Paragon area or Central World. I'm not sure where we're going to pop out. We'll find out. Coming up on Phetchaburi 22, Myanmar Food House, and just some old school Thai buildings and businesses. Not sure how you pronounce that. Shibuya, Volati. Kind of an interesting decorated place. You got a McDonald's and a Starbucks down below. Across the way, some Thai massage. And then where that car just turned is Phetchaburi 22. 22 appears to just have a series of local businesses, some good street food right out front. I see a dentist and just some local businesses. Phetchaburi 22, the Grand Diamond Plaza Suites Hotel. Grand Diamond has a Burger King. Burger King's actually not too bad over here. It's I've only had McDonald's once or twice in Thailand, but I've had Burger King a half dozen times, and in a pinch, it's open 24 hours. Those Angus burgers, not too bad. We're coming up on the Platinum Fashion Mall, and it says it has platinum condominiums. And again, I'm not positive, but I think it's geared more towards wholesale. Seems to be the theme of the area. Then across the way is the City Complex, the Amari building. And the mall's gonna take up the better part of this block. Across the way is the Palladium. So from where we're at here on Phetchaburi, we're actually kind of too far, I would say, to the Ratchathewi BTS. It's over 6 blocks, I would guess. But coming up on this next street, and I'm no expert on this area, the only time I'm back here is in a cab. We're gonna take a right, and we'll see exactly where we pop out, but it's gonna be right there on the green line, light green line. And this says the Amari Watergate Bangkok. I'm not sure. It looks like condos and office complex combined, but I have no idea. And we're still at the Fashion Mall. And there's the McDonald's. I don't care where you go in the world, McDonald's fries, they still taste good. The burgers I'm not a big fan of over here in Thailand compared to the Burger King. Burger King just seems like they made it up and they made you wait 10 or 15 minutes for it, but that's fine. Krispy Kreme, Pizza Hut, you'll find it all over here. KFC's not bad. Texas fried chicken. But with all these food stalls serving $1.50 meals cooked up fresh right in front of you, it's hard to not go there 9 out of 10 times. Made our way to the corner of Ratchathewi and Phetchaburi. So we're gonna take a right, and I know Ratchaburi pops out at one of those malls. I get them all mixed up. There's like 5 malls all in a row. And just to review, we came up Phetchaburi at least 6 blocks. We're now at Ratchathewi, if I'm pronouncing that correct. Over here is the Palladium. And we must have like eased off to the right a little bit because I kind of know this area where the Big C is. There's a mall right across the way. I think it's Central World. And there's an Apple store. Unless I'm mistaken, and that's highly possible. One guy likes to point out in my comments every time I make a mistake, hey, you called that an office building, that's a hotel, you don't know what you're talking about, this is all fluff. Hey, I'm just doing my best. I'm just a new guy walking around showing the streets of Bangkok to other people like myself that might be planning on coming over here, and I'm just barely one step above getting on Google Maps and just taking a look down the street. So forgive me with any errors I make if I call the Palladium a a mall instead of an office complex. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just looking at a building that says Palladium and trying to figure out what it is. And here's the canal, so there'll be some water taxi options, I'd guess, in this area. I know I've taken the water taxi and ended up on Phetchaburi way down by Asok, but I've never came up this far. There's Dragon Seafood next to the market, Bangkok. And please don't ask me to pronounce the name of this park. It should be opening soon. Again, it's very early on a Sunday. And we are next to the Central Mall. Again, I'm not sure if it's Central World or Central One or whatever. I mix all these malls up, but we'll get up to the sign here in a minute. Behind Dragon Seafood, it looks like you have some small bed and breakfast kind of options or small hotels. All right, it is Central World Mall. I always mix it up with Central Embassy, which I think is 2 blocks off in the other direction. But I don't know, I'm not a mall guy. I just go into whatever mall I happen to see if I need a phone charger or something. I don't set out to Central World. Although, if I'm heading to the movies, sometimes it'll be at Central World, and like a dummy, I go to Central Embassy. So I'll figure it out one of these days. And I'm not sure what hotel or condo building's attached to Central World, but something big and beautiful back there. I do know this area is normally a big event center. I think they have a basketball hoop set up right now for some kind of tournament, but oftentimes they'll just be different holiday events going on in the I don't know what you want to call this area, the big public area right in front of the mall. This little street food area, I've ate in there many times. You're just not even a half a block to the BTS. One of my favorite stops is Beer Republic, about a half block to the left. So that would be at the Chitlom exit, I guess. Here's Central World. Across the street from Central World is the Big C grocery store. I'm lucky to have a Big C right next to me and on Newt. It's more like a Walmart. They'll sell everything from fresh food to televisions, refrigerators, anything you need. And they have a nice walkway across the road. It's called the R Walk. It looks like they're setting up for a big concert here at the mall. No doubt a free one if it's outdoors like this, but I'm not positive. And there is the Apple Store. I'm not a huge Apple guy, but I'm pretty sure that's an official repair center. I know they also have a legit Apple Store at the fancy mall Icon Siam on the river. But I believe this one on the outside of Central World was, I think it was the first, this big round building. And these are the tracks for the BTS. Not 100% sure, but I believe the Chitlom BTS is right there. It could be right there. Either way, a half a block. What we did was we went up the green line, past Siam, which I think is the next stop, to the Ratchathewi BTS, and then we basically walked up Ratchathewi and came down Phetchaburi a good 6-7 blocks. Then we turned up this street, and I'm already forgetting the name. Is it Ratchathewi? Yep, Ratchathewi. If, of course, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. And this is, I believe, Sukhumvit, which turns into Rama 1 right here, I think. Again, I'm not an expert of where Sukhumvit starts, but I know that's the Sukhumvit light green line right here. Yeah, see, I've only been up here 1,000 times and I still mix all this up. So we're Plonchet Road up this way, Rama 1 up this way, Ratchathewi up this way. And then I guess it all changes when you get up to Soi 1 and 2, and that's Sukhumvit. I'm assuming that's what's going on. I've only lived here a year. Maybe I should pay more attention. And here's a little ceremony going on. Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you like these looks around Bangkok and my feeble attempt at figuring out where I'm at, consider subscribing. I live here now going on a little less than a year, a little over a year, I'm not sure. And more videos on the way. Thank you so much. That's the Erawan Shrine. Here's the Intercontinental Hotel, beautiful hotel. I've been lucky to stay there 2 or 3 times over the years. With my Holiday Inn IHG points, I actually have a link to the IHG card if that's something you're interested in from Chase. Shoot, I don't know what the miles are. It's usually 60,000 or 80,000 points. And oftentimes that's enough to get several nights here at a beautiful property in Bangkok. Plus it comes with a once a year anniversary bonus. I think you can use it at many Intercontinentals. The Holiday Inn is their sister property right next door. And one of my favorite spots is down below, Beer Republic. Great place for craft beer and good cover bands. So I was right, it was to the left is the Intercontinental and Beer Republic. And then the Chitlone BTS is right up here. Hey, thanks for following me along on my amateur looks around Bangkok, especially neighborhoods I usually just fly through in a taxi. But I'm just trying to show the area in case that's someplace you might be interested in living and learning as I go. So again, forgive any mistakes I make and just doing the best I can. Just today, like an idiot, I learned that this isn't Sukhumvit. I guess Sukhumvit just starts, which makes sense, at Soi 1 and 2 and then continues all the way down to like 101 in the Udom Suk area. But then when we head off in the other direction, it's Plonchit Road and Rama 1, etc. I just always assumed it was Sukhumvit all the way down to the Siam station, which of course I'm wrong. Now here's the Renaissance Hotel right at the Chitlone BTS, beautiful property. So again, I'm gonna make plenty of mistakes, but if you'd like to follow along, I'm probably better than just looking at Google Maps. And I'll say, I'm guessing that's this or that when I'm not sure. If you want complete perfect knowledge, hey, check out my videos on San Diego. I lived there 50 plus years. But here in Bangkok, I'm just figuring it out like the next guy. Hey, take it easy. Consider subscribing if this is something you'd like to check out.